Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see who is in here. This is going to be a really hard show. There's no happy ending here. None. So I'm just warning you guys in advance. It was very hard for me to get through the first show I did for Serenity. There were people close to her on the show. Her father came up. I had several comments of people saying, those ladies were crying. You didn't say anything. Well, I had my mic mute because I was crying too. And I didn't want to upset people more. It is a live show. And we have extremely tough things to talk about. And this today is heartbreaking. Jay Butter, hello. New member Deb, I'm never going to get over that. Hello, Aggie. Hello, Yvonne. Yvonne, grab the link and come up. Amanda, preschool granny. Amy, how are you? Hello, Crime and Justice. Unheard, not forgotten. Love that name. There's my man, Steve. How are you? Erica, how are you? Amy, just me. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Well, hello, Dixie. How are you, my friend? Said I missed this morning. It's okay. It's always on replay. It's always on the replay. I mean, they call me the replay queen, right? Fruit Loop, hello. Crime Time Buzz, hello. Cool avatar, by the way. I like it. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Christine. She says, hello from Austin, Texas. Well, hello. Be a shiner, not a whiner. Hello. Deborah, I'm in Michigan and we have rain today. Has it turned freezing yet? Because that's the issue Kevin's having. I know they called school off there. And last night, like midnight last night, it was like 64 degrees. And then it just plummeted down to like 27 with rain. And I think the rain's coming back through. So I believe we're going to have some ice issues tomorrow. And I hate it. I would much rather complain about the heat than ice and snow. I mean, at least you can move snow, but ice, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Jenica, hello. Hello. Crime and Justice, new member. Welcome to the club. Deb became a new member today, too. Hello, Superior Dreams. Uli Girl. Everyone's getting piled in. Martha, hello. I'm a foster parent, and I would have kept that baby in a New York minute. Everyone here would. Everyone here would, including her own grandparents. She was being hidden from many people, and what they went through to try to lay eyes on her and find her, commendable, amazing. And let me just put it this way. They didn't have a good weekend. No. Nene Nut, hello. Kathy, hello. Good night, Al. Hello. Yep, we got a great chat. There's our friend Katie Bird. Jules, hi again. Sherry Preston, hello. Hello. So we got some new names in here, guys. Hit that sub button. Lisa said it's raining in Kentucky. What's the temperature? Is it going to freeze, like a freezing rain, or what? Welcome back, Robin. Hello, Laverne. Okay, Crime and Justice is in Tennessee. Laura's in Missouri. Yeah, we don't want the ice. Hello, Bonnie. How are you, my friend? Lisa, hello. New here. Absolutely love your channel. Well, I absolutely love you. Absolutely love you. So again, it's going to be a tough show, guys. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. I apologize for the last show I did about Serenity. I don't apologize, actually. I'm sorry. I take these cases extremely seriously, as you know. You guys have heard me cry before. You've heard me get mad. You've heard the whole 9 yards. It was very difficult for me to listen to the struggle that the families are having, the desperation in her father's voice. And it's very hard to hear that raw human emotion something that, I haven't been through. I don't have a missing child or a missing grandchild. I don't. But still, when I heard them, it was really hard for me to get through the show. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not lying. It was very hard. I mean, they were crying. I was crying. And hopefully all is forgiven, because, we all, that's the thing about our community. We aren't so desensitized to these cases anymore. We're more just flat out pissed, disgusted, sick of it. And we want it to stop. We want it covered more in the mainstream media. We want tighter laws on CPS, because, they're not law enforcement. We understand what they are. They're social workers, and there's only so much they can do. Wish they never had to get involved. That would be a perfect world, right? But it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Just me said, pissed off is right. So I'm going to go through some comments from the last show real quick. Bear with me. All right. One of the comments from the last show about Serenity McKinney. At this time, she was missing. Not the outcome that we are sitting with today. Tracy said, I can't stand behind the mom at this point. As soon as she fled, when they tried to ask her where the baby was, that tells me she's involved. As soon as she was arrested, LEO separated them. She could have talked them without any fear, but she decided not to cooperate. She has been gone for a year. She can easily be a whole different person from what she was when her family last saw her. Yeah. Now, I don't think that Serenity was gone for an entire year, because she was on the phone, I believe, a week before Father's Day with a family member or a friend of the family. So, no, I totally agree with it. No, I don't stand behind the mom either. I don't. We're going to actually talk about this. We're going to talk about this at length. Priester said, thank you for doing this. And the people who are related to Serenity did such a good job. It must be so hard for them. I'm from Kentucky, and I'm very familiar with the area. Believe me, all of Kentucky is behind Serenity's loved ones, and we will bring her home. Yes. Yeah. Lisa said, thank you so much for bringing attention to this sweet girl. The media needs to step it up and give more attention to all, but especially to all missing, but especially to children. Parents that cannot produce a child like they are a misplaced cell phone need stiffer charges. I agree. Do you all agree with that? I do. Think about it. You're told to produce your child. Where is your child? And you can't do it. We know why you can't. We know why Lori Vallow couldn't produce her children. We know why Megan Boswell couldn't. We know why Jordan Bowers and Andrew Carlson couldn't. We know why Harmony's father and stepmother couldn't. There has got to be a law in every single state, like they have Evelyn's law in Tennessee, where if you do not report your child missing within a certain matter of time, and I don't know if it's 24 hours, I don't know what it is in Tennessee, I'm just throwing a number out, then you are automatically in trouble. Absolutely sick. Hang on. I'm missing a comment. Hang on. You can tell this is a family who is all about finding Serenity because of their tremendous love for her, because they didn't come on the show bashing anyone. Nope, they did not. And they were showing the utmost respect for Abby. They were. Abby is Serenity's mother. Serenity's dad came on there to express that Abby is a good person and a good mother, and for her to be out of care, and for her to be out of character. There has to be something or someone bad behind it. I agree. I don't see her mother getting a free pass by any means. I don't. They are both now, the mom and the boyfriend, charged with murder. Serenity has been found, but not the way we wanted her found. When I think about the people that were on the last show, and they were dead set, she's alive, she's well, we just have to find her, and to imagine the crush that came down on them the past few days, knowing that she's not coming home. Right. She's not coming home. It's hard to fathom. It's hard to think about. We can't wrap our minds around it. Unheard, not forgotten. Regardless, she is still very guilty, but it makes me question how the boyfriend was towards her as well. Yeah, I actually talked to Jennifer Coffindaffer about this. This is before we knew that Serenity was going to be found, when she was missing, before the outcome over the weekend. And she basically said whatever abuse cycle that those two had going on is not going to matter. It's not going to matter. And it shouldn't. Mama bears, we protect our babies. That's all there is to it. Shandon, I think punishment should fit the crime. I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more. Enough is enough. And I'm really tired of the laws that surround our most precious treasure, which is the next generation, our children, being so light. I mean, a damn pedophile can be out of jail in 3 or 4 years. Really? That person is not fit for society. That's not okay with me. That is not okay with me. You abuse a child, and you know the abuse I'm talking about. There needs to be very stiff penalties. Now, in this case, there will be. Because I'm telling you what, the Attorney General of Kentucky wasn't screwing around. The law enforcement involved was not screwing around. They tracked these two down in Kansas, and they brought their asses back to Kentucky. Unheard says, why are we seeing more reports of missing children now, more so than ever? This is truly disgusting. I don't know. Some people say it's because of COVID, and it's the perfect shelter. You can hide. There's no one. They're out of the eyes of mandated reporters, is what a lot of people say. And nope, I will never, ever, ever understand it. So we have some people in here new to the case. They don't really know what's going on. Let me catch you up. I'm going to go to earlier. I'm going to go to earlier, a couple of weeks back, around the time that the mother and boyfriend were arrested. Okay, hold on. All right, there's little Serenity on the screen. Oh, guys.
But tonight, the family of Serenity McKinney still has no idea where the Shelby County toddler is located. She hasn't been seen since last year. WHS 11's Tom Lally is back in Shelbyville. He's been talking with the Sheriff's Department to explain the timeline, and we have an update on their search.
Serenity's mother, Abigail McKinley, was arrested in Kansas on Sunday. The charge was custodial interference. The Shelby County Sheriff's Department now tells us that's because she was supposed to hand Serenity over to the state. But that never happened. Let's look at the timeline, starting at Christmas Eve 2020, the last time Abigail's parents say they saw Serenity. In spring of 2021, her parents say CPS performed a welfare check. Then June was the last time Serenity's grandparents talked with her on the phone, because that fall, they say Abigail cut off communication. Just days ago, after continued attempts to reach Abigail, her parents met with Deputy Shelby Guffey to file a missing persons report on January 31st.
It's hard. I mean, I'm a mother myself. It would be a complete nightmare to not be able to see my grandchildren or my child.
She entered Serenity and her mother Abigail into the missing persons database, then executed warrants in Shelby, Bullitt, and Jefferson County where they believe Abigail had lived. Finally, on Sunday, Abigail was found in Kansas, where she was served the state of Kentucky taking emergency custody of her child. But Serenity was nowhere to be found. When they asked Abigail where she was,
she just invoked her Fifth Amendment right.
Suspect. She just invoked her Fifth Amendment right. Do you want your child found or not? Do you want your child found or not? How dare you? Yes, it is your right under the law to invoke. You don't want to self-incriminate. I get it. In a case like this is your baby. You should be worried about too. That pisses me off to no end.
Not to speak law enforcement.
Captain Kyle Tipton said that's why tips are so crucial as they continue to search for this missing 4-year-old.
Tips have helped us in this investigation, and without them, we wouldn't be where we are today.
We've been talking with Abigail's friends and family who say they believe Serenity is alive, but they have no idea where she is. If you have any information that can help, you can call 502-633-2323. In Shelby County, Tom Lally, WHAS 11, on your side.
Well, I'm sorry. That is heartbreaking because, I mean, I've talked to the friends and family and they were 100% adamant. She is alive. She is alive. We know the outcomes of these cases. And I cannot imagine when they received the news. Kat called me on Saturday. And, she wanted to know if I had heard. I had not heard because I'm very disconnected on the weekends. Got a lot of stuff to do and just, getting ready for the next week. And I mean, it took my breath away. I instantly messaged a few family members. Of course, they didn't get right back to me. I do not blame them. I did speak to one of the grandmothers yesterday. Thank you, Annette. Let them rot in jail. Justice for Serenity and all murdered children all over the world. You got that right. Crime and justice. Her not being willing to answer questions about her child speaks volumes. She knew all along, in my opinion. She damn sure did. As far as Kevin, he's taking care of his grandkids today. They're having a storm. So her grandmother sent this to me. Candlelight Vigil Sunday, February 27th, 2022. If you are in the area, Clear Creek Park, Shelbyville, sending balloons filled with love to our beautiful little angel. And there's a picture of little Serenity catching bubbles, blowing bubbles. This is not the outcome this family thought would happen. Amy says, so the mother wouldn't crack. Nope. How they found Serenity, I don't know. We're going to get to that clip in a little bit and just trying to be, gentle with this live because it is heartbreaking. So if you guys take a screenshot of that and you can share it, of course, share the video, hit the sub button. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I mean, something very meticulous was going on. Now, I did see a lot of comments. Hold on one second. People were talking about Abby's mugshot And they said, it looks like she has black eyes. And they were talking about the boyfriend's past and how he had abused girlfriends and things like that. It's still, I'm not given a pass. Because, even when she was in jail, she wasn't speaking up. And she damn sure knew she was safe from him then. She knew she was safe from him then. There was no reason to not speak up. There was no reason to never speak up. And there's just no reason. So unfortunately, I'm not saying unfortunately, the battered women's syndrome defense does not work when you didn't protect your children. It does not work that way at all. It doesn't. It does not work that way. So I'm going to get the next clip. And also, I'm going to let you guys know there are some people that are still very much on Serenity's mother's side because of the domestic violence and the boyfriend's past. I'm not one of them. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm just letting you know I'm not one of them. I'm not. She needed to protect her child. The boyfriend, if you see his mugshot, he's quite satisfied with his work. Either he thinks he's going to get out of this, or he really thinks it's funny. I don't know. But hang on, I'm going to load this next clip.
Begin tonight with.
It would help if I hit share screen.
With big developments in the search for a missing 4-year-old girl from Shelby County, police now confirm Serenity McKinney is dead, and her mother is charged with her murder. Detectives found the child's body yesterday afternoon. They say the investigation led them to a wooded area near Skyview Road in West Point. That's about an hour away from Shelby County on the
So they made sure to get her way out of town. Way out of town. Hang on, I was catching up on comments. No, I do not know anything about an autopsy. I'm sure that's going to take a while. I don't know how they came across her. If one of them finally said something, I don't know. But I will say that from when Serenity was reported missing to when they found Serenity, and like I said, not the way we wanted, I will say they were fast. I don't know how it came about. I haven't asked any of the family or friends. They haven't volunteered the information. I don't blame them because this is going to have to go in front of a jury soon. I do find it odd that, an hour away is pretty damn deliberate. Pretty deliberate.
Jefferson County line. Abby McKinney, Serenity's mom, and her boyfriend, Dakota Hill, have been charged with murder.
All right, so this is the picture Abby people keep talking about. They're like, she's got a black eye right here. I'm not denying that she has a black eye, guys. I'm not. And I'm not denying that I'm sure her and this POS had a lot of problems between each other. I'm not denying that. The children should always be protected. There are many, many women in this community and men that have been victims of domestic violence. They grabbed their kids, got the hell out, somehow to go to shelters because they didn't have family to depend on, because their children were more important than keeping that relationship. To me, this is more about trying to keep a boyfriend over keeping the baby, is what it looks like. It's like a Megan Boswell situation. She was so in love with Hunter that suddenly Evelyn was an inconvenience. And Skip Tracer, I believe I heard the bio dad received a disturbing text with details. I heard about that too. I heard about that. Crime and justice. Yep, exactly. You do what you have to protect your kids no matter what it takes. I've been there. A lot of us have been there. And there's no excuse for it. And there's no excuse under the law. There's no excuse under the law. Boyfriend is not more important than baby. I know none of you guys need to hear this, but some do. Some do. That's why I say share it, share it, share it. Serenity was a baby. I feel a lot worse about Serenity than Abby's black eye. And let me tell you something. I don't dig domestic violence at all. But in this case, I really don't have any shits to give, considering what we found out over the weekend.
And abuse of a corpse. Right now, the investigation is still underway, and Bobby
Hang on, I got to send that back so we can hear the charges.
friend Dakota Hill have been charged with murder and abuse of a corpse. Right now, the investigation is still underway, and
so murder and abuse of a corpse. So basically, the abuse of a corpse comes down to hiding her body. That's what it comes down to. Big T's mom. Good afternoon, beautiful. Good afternoon to you. It's very hard to have compassion for her. I'm sorry, guys. A few weeks ago, I really did. I'm like, okay, I don't know what this girl's got going on. The family and friends were adamant that Serenity was still alive. And I'm like, okay, maybe she'll do the right thing. Then you're hearing from the sheriff. Nope, she would not cooperate. She pled the fifth. She was done with it. Didn't want to talk about it. Didn't want to talk about it. And don't think for a second, when stuff was going down with her and boyfriend, if she had made a call to any of the grandparents, they would have been right there, grabbed Serenity and her too, and they would have made sure everything was A-okay, and that scumbag would have been nowhere around. But instead, this is where we're at. These choices that we make are way, way, way more important than a boyfriend.
Bobby McSwine is following every single development. She's live in Shelby County tonight. Bobby, do you know where Abby and Dakota are right now?
Yes, Shay, they're here at the Shelby County Detention Center. They were originally charged and arrested in Kansas for custodial interference, but now they have been taken back here to Kentucky being charged with murder and abuse of a corpse, like you said. Now, the KSP says Serenity's body was found near the 1300 block of Skyview Road in West Point, near Jefferson-Bullitt County line. The area was wooded with hills and valleys.
So you can see that's basically the area where they came across Serenity. Terrible.
There weren't many houses in the area, and I only saw a few cars pass by. KSP says the investigation took about 17 days.
Well, then they worked fast, believe it or not. 17 days is fast. Again, not the outcome we wanted, not the outcome we wanted, not the outcome we prayed for. Hell, tracking their asses down in Kansas and bringing them back to Kentucky and finding Serenity in 17 days. My hat's off. My hat's off to KSB. My hat is off to them. Hello, Mallory. Hello. This is insane. Rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. Every case we talk about with children, rinse, repeat.
The Shelby County Sheriff's Office contacted KSP a few days after receiving the missing persons report from McKinney's family at the end of January. Family and friends have remained hopeful that Serenity would be found safe. KSP PIO Scotty Sharp says it's a heartbreaking end to the search.
These types of cases are the hardest. They're the ones that you can never get out of your mind. Especially if you're a parent and you go home and look at your children, you just, it's tough.
I feel so bad for him. I really do. Because one thing that we don't really discuss very often is what the officers do, what they have to see. And again, like he said, when you're a parent yourself, you don't get those things out of your head. These aren't things that a normal mind can process. So, I mean, here we're talking about it, on a channel, which is fine because we need to get these things out. But, you imagine being behind the scenes as a police officer to see Serenity, talk to her mother who is non-compliant, will not help them. And then you go home and you see your own children. You can't get it out of your mind. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I got Deb backstage. Hang on one second. Hello, Deb. How are you?
Hey, yeah. I'm sad. I'm very sad. She's a beautiful little girl, and the one question I had when I heard about this was why? Why? If you don't want her, give her up for adoption. A lot of people will take her in. I'm 55 years old. I would have taken her, and I know everybody in this chat room probably would have. And it's just heartbreaking. It's very heartbreaking that a 4-year-old, she lived 4 years, gone way too soon, has been murdered. And I really hope that the abuse of the corpse is only moving the corpse and nothing else.
Me too. From what I gather, that's what it is. What is this? Hold on one second.
Sure. So while Brooks is busy over there, yeah, I see all your thoughts are the same. It's not a nice place to be. It's not a nice way to be. It's not a good feeling. We don't know this little girl, and we don't know this little girl, but look at her. I mean, she was a baby, and it's heartbreaking.
She is a baby. And these are the shows that I hate the worst to do.
The thing is, Brooks, though, most of our shows are going to end up this way, and it's really sad to think about, but it is true, Hopefully not, but,
No, you're right. No, you're right. No, you're absolutely right. And it's too much. It's too much. And like you said, anybody would have adopted her. I mean, she has very, very nice family. She has grandparents that adore her.
Exactly.
There was no reason for this. Hey, if you want to take care of boyfriend and you are having problems, take care of Serenity, and I'll deal with this.
Exactly.
I don't know what happened to her. I'm afraid to find out, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I think that's going to take a while for the autopsy to come back. And yeah, exactly. I mean, if the grandparents were obviously would have taken her. That's family. Give her to the grandparents. I'm sure she would have had a better life. I mean, she'd have a life at least, right?
Right, but in every one of these cases, when communication is cut off, then they say, well, now we're trying to find our grandchild. We can't get them to communicate. They keep saying she's here, she's here, she's here, she's there. And then they get, law enforcement involved every single time. Snow, you're right. Look at her little cheeks.
I know. It's heartbreaking to look at her face and, and think where she is, but
And I want to smack. Well, both of them. But that boyfriend, that smirk on his face and his mugshot, what
So-
the hell are you so smarmy about?
so smug. So smug. By the way, I just want to let you know, Brooks, that I saw in Discord real quick. Kevin got his laptop and he's over the moon and he couldn't thank everybody enough.
Oh, yep. He sent me a message. I sent him a message and told him it was going to be delivered soon.
Well, he got it.
Yeah, because
And so he wanted to thank everybody in chat from the bottom of his heart. He's over the moon.
Well, that is super, super for Kevin. Hopefully he has a lot of fun with it.
Trying to bring a little bit of light into this very dark situation.
It's hard. I know.
Yeah.
But no, I get it. Charlie said the smirk on the boyfriend's face is infuriating. Infuriates the hell out of me.
Yeah, it's smug as hell.
Yeah. Like, how could you even... I couldn't imagine putting a smile on. Yeah, I want to smack both of them.
I hope that they get put in general population and they get their ass kicked.
Well, and a lot of people say that won't happen because a child's involved. But I was very surprised in the Oakley Carlson live we did that the parents are in Gen Pop. And I was like, oh, so it does happen.
Yep, it does, and I hope it does happen for these two. Because this little angel didn't deserve what came to her. She's beautiful.
No, ma'am, she didn't. No
child does. No child
None
does.
of these children do. And like I said, it's rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. Rinse, repeat. I'm sick of it. I don't know what it's going to take for these people to wake up. And hey, you want to fight amongst yourselves? Have at it. You need to find somewhere safe to put your children.
That's right.
They don't deserve to be put in this situation. And Serenity damn sure didn't deserve this.
She didn't ask to be brought into this world, right?
Nope, she did not. None of us do. None of our kids were like, hey, yeah, I asked to be brought down here. No, that's not how it works.
Nope. And so, when she no longer serves a purpose, they get rid of her.
Mm-hmm.
It's.
I don't know if it so much serves a purpose or I don't know. We'll have to see with the autopsy. I'm afraid to know if this was he got upset and did something that couldn't be undone, or if it was mom felt she was in the way. I don't know, but it's disturbing. It's disturbing. What do you
Hi,
think?
Big T's mom. I think it's very disturbing. I think that the song I put in Discord yesterday in the music is, sad, but perfect for her. And yeah. So, but she deserves so much more. And my question is always, why though? Why though? I don't. I mean, I'm not. When I said serve a purpose, I didn't mean like any essay or anything. I meant like, okay, she's getting in the way, so let's just get rid of her.
Or it's like a Letitia thing where it was child abuse that went way wrong.
Right. There could be that. Yeah.
There's a lot of scenarios. 10-9, is this stepmom or bio mom? Abby is her biological mother.
Yep.
And the dude she's with that was smiling,
It's a boyfriend.
Yep.
Her father was on our last Serenity live. Her biological father, and he was very upset.
Yeah, and I am really worried about how he's doing right now. Like I said, I talked to one of the grandmothers, and she sent me the flyer. I'm going to put it up again right now.
Yeah.
And that's when they're letting off balloons Sunday, February 27th at 2 p.m. for Serenity. Debbie, Court TV had local reporter and others on last night. Yes, and I hope they cover the trial. Wise old lady, love that name. They could have just dropped her off at grandma's and said, watch her for a little bit, and then left her there. Lord, what is going on in this world with our children? Oh, I want to know too. And let me tell you what, there would have been no problem. I'm telling you that for a fact. If she would have been dropped off with either set of grandparents, I don't mean his, I don't know anything about his family. Either set of grandparents, whether it's Serenity's dad's grandparents or Abby's father and stepmother, and never came back, there would have been no problem. None.
No, that's exactly right. And, I actually know a very quick story about someone else who was an addict. And that's what she did. She dropped her daughter off at the grandparents' house. I'm not going to say her name. And she was gone for a long time. She went to jail and everything. But she got straight and she got back and she got her back from the grandparents. So.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up because this whole, I had to go to recovery. And in the meantime, this happened to my child. That doesn't sit well with me either.
No.
Like the whole thing with Harmony and like her mother not being involved. Now, I don't care. You should have made sure she was in a safe place.
Exactly.
Exactly. She was in foster care and the system messed that whole thing up. But you knew she was in danger when Adam got her. In this case, I can't tell you. I want to know the timeline because Serenity was on the phone with a family member last June. It was either the weekend of Father's Day or the weekend before.
And that was the last known conversation from her, right?
That I know of, yes.
Yeah.
So whatever went down between June, which actually a lot of things went down. They contacted CPS. Finally, they got a missing persons report filed. And they jumped through a lot of hoops. But when she cut off communication, meaning Abby, they knew something was bad. Not bad as in what we're talking about right now in this clip. They still believe that she was alive. And I feel terrible for this family.
Same.
Sharp says the investigation was only possible through collaboration with 10 agencies, including the U.S. Secret Service and the Kentucky Attorney General's office. Now, KSP says Serenity's autopsy was scheduled for this morning in Louisville. We'll keep you updated.
That Attorney General was not messing around to get the Secret Service and everyone else involved, which, the FBI, they found him in Kansas, brought him back. 10 different agencies. That Attorney General was not messing around, and God bless him. God bless him for that.
He wasn't there to play, that's for sure. And God bless him, as you said. And God bless Serenity.
Absolutely. So this video is from a couple days ago. I believe the autopsy was being started on, yesterday.
It'll take a while.
Online and here on air. For now, I'm live in Shelby County. Bobby McSwine, WHAS 11 on your side.
Bobby, thank you. Now let's take a look back on what happened in this case before today. Serenity's grandparents say the last time they saw the child was in December of 2020. Throughout the following year, they talked to her on the phone and tell us CPS was involved in welfare checks. Late last year, in 2021, all communication was cut off between the family and Serenity's mom. The child was officially reported missing 3 weeks ago. Last week, her mom and her mom's boyfriend were arrested, and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children got involved in this case. And unfortunately, on Friday, the worst case scenario was confirmed when detectives discovered the little girl's body and charged her mother with murder. Well, this is an act.
Sick.
So it says the detectives found her body.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to that again. Hang on.
Throughout the following year, they talked to her on the phone and tell us CPS was involved in welfare checks. Late last year, in 2021, all communication was cut off between the family and Serenity's mom. The child was officially reported missing 3 weeks ago. Last week, her mom and her mom's boyfriend were arrested, and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children got involved in this case. And unfortunately, on Friday, the worst case scenario was confirmed when detectives discovered the little girl's body and charged her mother with murder. Well, this is an active...
Yep, that's what they said.
Yeah. They said detectives discovered the body, so I don't know if that's because of someone seeing her body and calling it in, or they actually...
Well, they said 10 agencies, they could have gotten back cell phone pings really quick.
True, yeah.
I don't think they got either of them to talk, because the Secret Service, they're not going to sit there and wait on some, Google warrant. They got other ways of doing things. It makes you wonder why other missing children's cases don't move this rapidly. I think they all should. I don't think they should happen at all. Don't get me wrong. I think they should move rapidly. I really do. For a lot of reasons. One, you've got a missing child. Two, I mean, you've got other nerves in the community thinking what if someone's out there kidnapping children? They don't know, who did it. It needs to be solved ASAP.
Agreed. It does. And it makes me wonder why, in all the cases we're covering, why they don't move it as fast. I don't understand.
I don't either. I think there's something else there in some cases. Fed Up said, I seen where it was through good old police work they found her. Good. Amber, I bet they used cell phone records to trace where to find her, maybe. That's what I'm thinking, too, because they were extremely precise. And I think these idiots were talking back and forth, not realizing they can pull their records.
Yeah, that's what I think, too. Yeah.
Absolutely sickening. Sickening. I'm going to put the link up. I know Yvonne said she wanted to come up. Yvonne, there's the link. I just feel terrible for this family. Of course, most of all, I feel terrible for Serenity. And I mean, nothing that happens to mom and mom's boyfriend, it's not going to
be enough.
It's not going to be enough for me.
No,
sorry.
No.
It's just not going to be good enough for me.
It'll never be enough. It'll never be enough. They should suffer the same way this poor little girl did.
Yep.
That's my opinion. I mean, it sounds brutal, but sorry, it's my opinion.
You are more than welcome to your opinion, my friend, and I think we all share the same one. So, I mean, tensions are kind of heated in here right now with what we just had to see. So, hang on one second. Just calm us down a little bit. Logan's mom, I agree. I'm so sick of moms getting with new boyfriends and killing their babies. It seems to be quite the epidemic.
It's been going on a lot.
Yeah. You can't educate that. I'm sorry, you just can't. I don't know what goes on in people's heads. There's not enough classes in school because, we can't, and she's got nice parents. I can't say anything for him. She's got nice parents. It's not like they didn't do their job. Something went on there. And, it's all going to come out. But I'm just not going to give her a pass, and I'm not going to feel sorry for this woman.
Not at all. Not at all.
And if I ever say I do, Deb, I want you to call me and ask me if I have a concussion.
I will. I will. Trust me.
I know you will. Because it's just not right.
No. If you do, I'd say, are you okay? Are you feeling okay?
Yeah. Because I give the benefit of the doubt when I can, but in these cases, it's just getting more and more difficult. Actually, it's impossible. You just can't.
You can't. No. And just watching that candle burn is so heartbreaking, knowing she's gone. When there's so many other things that could have been done with that child, rather than, the outcome.
Rianne says they will both get hell in jail. Yeah. They're not going to have a good life. They will never see the light of day. And this attorney general, this dude is not messing around. How it got to his level, I don't know. But somebody, the local level, escalated it, and good for them.
About time in one of these cases.
Mm-hmm. I wish it worked that way in every case. I don't want there to be another case, to be quite honest. I'd rather us have a cooking channel and we all talk about what we ate last night. I don't ever want to talk about another one of these cases. I just don't. But it has to be done because it's continuous.
Yeah, Amy pointed out that somebody had pled battered woman's defense. I'm not buying that one.
No, I agree. It looks like, Abby had a black eye. It looks like, they'd had some issues with each other. I say you take that black eye and you put it back on him. You call 911 and you protect your baby.
You leave.
Mm-hmm.
You don't allow a man to hit you, and if he does, you leave with your child, like you said, because projecting your child to that kind of behavior already is child abuse if you're staying there.
I couldn't agree more. And there are people, both men and women, that are like, I'll deal with them. Things are going to get better, and I'll make sure nothing happens to you. It's still not right. But what happened to her, this is the escalation.
And I don't think it's COVID. I just think people are blaming that because it's an easy out. But I'm not blaming it on COVID. I don't. No.
No, I'm not going to blame COVID because you know what? You should have known how to be parents before there was COVID. And who gives a shit?
That's right.
Who gives a shit?
You're supposed to be ready for anything, right?
Well, we never are. The truth is we're not. But it should never escalate to your child being murdered. Sorry.
It shouldn't. That's for sure.
You can take your child to an emergency room. You can take your child to a fire department. You can call 911. There's many, 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 many things you can do. If you've got a situation on your hands you can't handle, the first thing you need to handle is your child. In this case, it's too late. I understand it's too late. Tamara, you're right. This was happening before COVID. You're exactly right.
It was. It's just, we cover so many of these cases, and honestly, we know the probable outcome of most of them. It's unfortunate. It's going to be very hard, and it's never easy on any of them, but today it's about Serenity, and may she rest in peace in the arms of the Lord.
Absolutely. Debbie said he abused his exes, choked ex's cat, and left it on the floor for her to find it, assaulted his own grandparents. Dude is a psycho. I think it kind of explains his grin in the mugshot.
Yeah, he's a narcissistic SOB.
He's abusive. He's a psycho. He's a damn sociopath.
I hope neither of them sees the light of day ever again.
I don't think they will, my friend. I don't think they will. I don't think that will ever happen in the state of Kentucky. It's fuck around and find out there, and I don't think they're ever gonna let them out. Like my state, they would be looking for the death penalty.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Angie, I couldn't agree more. They both need to rot in hell for what they did, and they need to take the new baby away as soon as it's born, which they will. God bless the family. Yep. God bless the family.
How old is that mother? Do you know?
She's young, very young.
Like, looking at the picture, she looks very young. Yeah.
Yeah, like early 20s, I believe. I don't really have a confirmation, but I mean, it seems pretty solid. She's 6 months pregnant. So it's going to be like Morgan Keene in the Stolen Innocence, the Facebook group that I have.
Mm-hmm.
He had Argelio's baby back in the summer. And I don't even know that she even got to see the baby. They took the baby right out.
Yeah, in jail, you have your baby and they take it right away.
Yeah, they take it right away. So I don't know where her baby's going to go. If it's going to go to her parents, his parents, or what. I don't know how that works. But Crime and Justice says she's 21 and he's 26. Yeah, I knew that they were in their. She was in her early 20s.
So she was 21. She's 21. So that means she was 17 when she got pregnant with Serenity?
Yes.
That's really young to get pregnant, but it's not an excuse. I'm just saying.
No, and it's not even uncommon. And there are lots of teenage mothers and young mothers that this would never happen.
Exactly.
Never happen.
Right. Right. You don't get to go with a guy who's psycho and says, your daughter's just, in the way, and get rid of her.
Nope. And exactly, preschool granny. She said, I was a young mother. Nothing in this world matters more than my kids and family. Exactly. Yep. I was a young mother too. I still consider myself a young mother, but you wouldn't know it if you saw me.
Not true. I've seen you and you look young.
So, well, guys, this is heartbreaking. We're going to continue to cover this case as the trial and the justice system unfolds. Hats off to law enforcement and the way that 17 days, they didn't mess around. I feel terrible for her family. Terrible. I don't mean for Abby and the boyfriend. Grandmas, grandpas, the dad. There's many people that would have done anything to not have this show today, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm going to play a video real quick for Serenity, and then I'm going to wind this down, my friend.
All right.
All right, guys, let's give thanks to Deb. I'm going to bring her up again real quick. Her mic wasn't muted, and I don't think she realized the video was on. Hey, Deb, sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I didn't realize until I looked at my iPad and I went, oh, Oh, oops. I thought you were playing that song, but okay.
No, just thanks for coming up and showing respect for Serenity.
Absolutely.
And it's, like I said, it's heartbreaking. And like I said, on that note, I'm going to shut this down, and we will continue to follow this case.
Most definitely.
All right. Thanks, Deb. You're the best. I'll see you in Discord.
See you in Discord. Bye.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I know it was a really tough show to do. I know that I was extremely upset over the weekend when Kat called me and she was like, "Oh, did you hear?" And I said, "No, I hadn't." And I reached out to, people I had been talking to in the family, and like I said, they didn't get right back to me, but have since. A couple have, and I was just, the devastation is just too much. Things that we can't wrap our minds around for several reasons, because we would never let this happen to our children. But the fact that you guys are here every day to discuss these cases, and hopefully look around, our own areas when, and prevent it from happening again. Support the people that are trying to do the right thing. Or in this case, like Serenity's grandparents, they were jumping through hoops trying to get a hold of her, trying to find her. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking for them, and it's unexplainable. It will never make sense to any of us. None of us. So in the meantime, you know what? Come see us in Discord. I love to talk to you guys between shows. Don't forget Facebook. We have a page and several groups. I love seeing you guys in there. And in the meantime, we have, I think, 2 shows tomorrow. I got to look. I know for sure 1. And so don't forget, 9 a.m. Central Time. I will see you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I know it was a tough show. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.